Walking to the front gate of the Casa San Matias distillery, the first thing on the left you see is a laboratory where they do all their testing for the CRT and to make sure their products maintain the standards in which they want delivered to the tequila drinkers around the world. As you progress up the walkway, the first area on the left is where the hornos are, the brick ovens where they cook the agave. And we'll go down there in a second. Because first we want to cover the Tahona area, and that is Pepe, the Tahona burro. And this is the area where they make the San Matias Tahona product line. From here comes 3 expressions: the San Matias Tahona Blanco, Reposado, and soon to be released in the United States, Añejo. And we'll be tasting some of the Añejo and doing a video on that later on in this video. This is Pepe getting a little workout here, a little practice during the maintenance mode. Walking down it walkway on the left side before the Tahona area, it brings us to 2 areas of the distillery. This is the fermentation area, and where the stone or brick ovens are, the hornos, in which Casa San Matias has 2 out here, and more along here to keep up with their demand for their amazing tequilas that they produce here. Looking inside what in the hornos, you can see what it looks like. The floor area, steel grate, and that's where they put their fuel for the oven. And then it's all brick clay, goes up into the area where it lets the smoke escape. This area here outside the hornos is where they normally come in and offload the agave. On other trips where I've been here, this area has been filled with agave that's waiting to be cut open and to be prepared to be placed in the hornos. Now this part of the distillery is where the roller mill is. On products where they don't use the Tahona, they use a roller mill. And the roller mills, the shredded agave is placed on belts. I'll show you the main belt here. It's placed in a belt here after it's cooked in the hornos, and it rolls up the belt and then down into the roller mill. The roller mill then presses the agave and squeezes all the juice out of it. So if you've never seen what a roller mill looks like, this is a roller mill that they use. They use this on all of their tequilas except for the Tahona tequilas, where they use a Tahona instead of a roller mill for this process. Walking down these steps here, it takes us to the distillation area. Where you can see the two main stills here. And then if we go around the corner, in this area here, this is where they do the first distillation. In this area, it is where they separate the tails and the hearts and the heads. They pretty much get rid of the heads and the tails, keeping the hearts, which is the best part of the tequila. And this is where the distillate comes out of the primary distillation room. And if we walk down the walkway, and up these stairs, in this area here is where they do the secondary distillation, where they refine the flavor and get the product ready for either barreling or bottling, depending on what they're doing with that particular product. This area here is our fermentation area, where all the magic happens with the yeast. So we walk up these stairs to see the top of the fermentation tank. They're empty now because we're in maintenance mode. We're doing maintenance. But these huge tanks are where they ferment the agave nectar after they would extract it using the roller mill. And it comes through these pipes and is pumped into the containers. Very big stainless steel vats. We've got quite a few of them, with some taller ones in the back. This is the fermentation area. And here is the bottling line. So this is the main bottling line, which can do up to, how many bottles? 12,000 bottles a minute. Or an hour. 12,000 bottles an hour. The bottles all travel through here into the capping area here. And as you can see, they're capping some San Matias Tahona, it looks like. Yes, San Matias Tahona Blanco. And this line over here is where they bottle Rey Sol. Has its own custom line because of the size and shape of the bottles and how it needs to be capped and filled so they fit in the machine. And it looks like they also do Tahona on this line as well. As you can see, some Tahona bottles. And that is the bottling line. Here we're coming into one of my more favorite parts of the tour, the barrel room. Here they have stacks and stacks of barrels. These particular barrels here are for the Corazon expressions. You see stacks and stacks and stacks of barrels. Each one of these barrels has a special taste of its own. So when we get our barrels, they'll have a unique taste of their very own that nobody else will be able to get. Here we are at the San Matias Hacienda. It's a beautiful rustic hacienda back behind the bottling area. It has an agave garden, some rustic adobe type structures. When you walk down this cobblestone road, takes you into a beautiful courtyard area. Absolutely beautiful. And as part of the hacienda, there is the cantina. And that is where we will be doing our tasting for our Rey Sol barrel selection.